Hey everybody, welcome back to Preppin' the Inn. This is Ryan. Today we're going to be looking at Massive Chalice. It's a Double Fine game, their second Kickstarter. It's now available in early access on Steam. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, about a month after the holidays. Been sick, been working, but now I got some free time. We're going to check out Massive Chalice. It's kind of a, before we get started, it's kind of a mix between XCOM, Fire Emblem, and the lineage of Game of Thrones. I know that sounds weird. In a moment you'll probably see what I'm talking about. We're just gonna start, just do the intro here, and I really like this game, so I'll be doing some more videos in the future. So why don't we get started? Okay, so heroic blood names. Serious, of course. Select your vanguard. So this is new. I don't remember doing this. It's a lot to choose from here. So why don't we just go random? Sure. Oh, we can just choose random for all of them. Alright, yep.
It's taking too long.
Patience.
Patience? I don't see what patience has to do with this. It should have happened by now.
Life keeps to its own timetable, not ours.
Doesn't stop us from trying.
And,
Good morning!
Your ruler has risen. Rejoice!
so
Let bellow the horns.
now you see
back.
why the game's called Massive Chalice. That's a massive chalice.
Right! I know how
I'm
strange all of
talking
this looks.
Massive Chalice.
There's an easy...
Immortal protector of the nation, progeny of the great bloodlines, master of strategies, eternal conductor, and forger of matrimony.
We're here to advise you on how to handle ruling and commanding...
The horns of battle.
every time. Fine, we'll have to do this later. The cadence is attacking. Heroes, jump in!
Jump into my Massive
Get in
Chalice.
The ruler will be with you shortly!
It's a magic Massive Chalice.
And off they go.
We'll explain later. We just need you to take command, because our citizens, understandably,
Take command.
find it hard to trust a giant talking chalice.
We are not just a giant talking
But
chalice.
the nation will listen to you, because you're of their blood.
Forged from the bloodlines of the great houses.
Oh, and one last thing. Unfortunately, the bloodline ritual that was used to create you also bound you to us. So you can never leave the throne.
But do not despair. You can still command your heroes. Look inward, and you will find that your mind can follow them anywhere.
Perfect. Let's command some folks and take out the cadence.
See your
Okay.
heroes yet? Yeah? Great.
Now, take command and search the area.
Alright, we got our QWERTY here. Stuff like that. Alright, alright. Let's just jump in. Defeat all cadence.
The cadence is out there somewhere.
Oof. So we have our units.
This is a caberjack. They hit things with a caber. Sometimes they hit hard and put things down. Other times they hit not so hard and just knock things out.
That's all you're going to say.
Simplest way of life there is.
Caberjacks. Profound purveyors of violence.
Got it. Well, why don't we send you in? And then we got our archer. So what's this do? Stealth. Sneak to a tall environment. Frame rate's kind of all over the place. Alchemist. Whoop, nope. Cancel. Thrower here. So you can see here, this phase is very like XCOM. very much like Fire Emblem. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. Also a huge XCOM fan as well. So the combat is very XCOM.
Here we are.
First catch of the day.
We can't tell you much about the cadence because not much is known. It's old, first sighted centuries ago. It cares only for destroying our nation with its corruption.
That's where pawns like you see here come in. Think of them as attack dogs the cadence creates to spread corruption in the world.
Nailed it.
Found one of our alchemists. Brilliant mind in a delicate body.
Not worth much in a close quarters battle, but they make up for it with their nasty exploding flasks.
Just watch out for friendly fire.
Oh,
The
there's another
explosions
one.
are big, so aim well, or keep your heroes back. Trust us, you don't want to be on the receiving end of one of their concoctions.
Can I get one? Oh, so close. Stay hidden.
Seeds. Arguably the lowliest of pawns are more nuisance than menace.
But if you're going to remember one thing, don't let those runts form a posse. Keep them apart.
Otherwise it'll be like when caberjacks get together at a tavern.
Except not the best night of your life.
I mean, shit. Let's try aiming this time. Good job, you aimed.
How about that, eh?
One down, untold millions to go.
Let's see if we can get both of them. Oh, brutal. So evidently that guy can't aim worth a shit. So as you saw there, when you pick the spot where you want to hit, and the randomness, or I guess his hit chance, differs. So we got to take these guys out, and that's great. Just like XCOM, you're gonna miss, and it's gonna suck. I don't know what I should do. One of my guys is gonna die. Just like XCOM, I'm terrible.
It was bound to happen sooner or later, so you should get used to this now.
Brutal.
There'll be a lot more before we're done.
Remember, fighting for something bigger than themselves. Persevere and honor their sacrifice.
Let's take this bad boy out. I had no idea that they explode. Kill you. Aw. There you go. Why couldn't you hit that other one? So your guys are gonna die. That's gonna happen. We'll see in a bit here. I think they'll probably introduce us to what happens when they die, and when they die, they're dead forever, just like XCOM, just like Fire Emblem. Not like Fire Emblem in the sense that in Fire Emblem all your characters are story characters. These are randomly generated characters, but you do care about them because they have more of an impact on the game than in XCOM. XCOM, they're just a dude, right, or a lady, a person. That was spot on. Nice. Oh, nice hit. Not. So after this mission, we see. I want to know this guy. It's not over yet. Guy needs health. There's our
hunter. Attacking at close range is good, but attacking from afar, where one can think and plan, is better.
If you listen closely, you might be able to hear your... Oh, did you see the way that one went down?
Oh, level up. So the music's changed, so I assume that's because there are minimal people left. And there she blows. It's just the one. Nice shot. Oh. So let's see what you can do. Knockback. Low damage attack that knockbacks and stuns. We want to kill this thing. Oh, glancing blow. How nice of the random number generator to prolong this guy's life. And he's dead. Here we are. So that's a battle.
Better than I expected.
Well done. Well done. I knew you'd have a knack for this.
So it looks like Roberto Shanks, an alchemist of, I don't know what house, but died at 32. Cadence killed 0. Let's proceed, shall we?
Right. So this is our nation, and as we said, we are not in the best of shape.
That muck you see surrounding us is the Cadence. It's what created the pawns, corrupted our lands, and is slowly tightening on us like a noose. But we do have one advantage.
Thanks to several enchanted materials that make up our body, we've been endowed with certain powers. One of them being a way to cleanse the Cadence from this world. It's really quite a miraculous process, wherein we harness the properties of...
The thing is, it takes a long time for us to charge up for this. A long time. All of the heroes you just commanded in battle will be long gone when we're finally ready.
With all that time still ahead, we need you to protect us. You will take charge of the nation, command its citizens worthy of becoming heroes, and ensure that the Cadence does not reach the capital.
Now let's check out that keep you just saved.
Perfect. So as they said, like, you'll see... Well, you know what? Let's just let the game explain it. So we're gonna head into this keep here that we just saved.
The keeps. Bloodline forgers of the nation.
The stonemasons did good work here. I'll thank them later.
Here you will appoint one hero as a regent, and one as a partner. And the more experience they have, the more they'll pass on to their children.
That goes for traits and personalities too. Everything's game.
And keep in mind, assigning heroes to keeps retires them from combat. You can't have one foot at home and one in the battlefield.
Alright, so we gotta pick ourselves a regent. So, you'll see along the line here we got fertility. Only one of these has a high fertility, so why don't we look at Mikal Shanks, age 26. So, as they said, all the traits pass down, so you want to make sure you're encouraging strong traits, because the kids that happen are going to be your warriors. And you'll see in a bit how that works, because it's like, well, how long does it take for that to happen? Traits. Bountiful, increased chance to have children, that's good. Queenmaker, increased chance of having daughters. Increased movement speed. Personality. Reduced evasion against melee attacks. Decreased damage after the death of an ally. That's pretty good. You will be our regent.
Now that your regent is appointed, it's time to decide on a partner.
Although this isn't an arrangement out of love, who knows? Maybe it'll turn into that.
We've seen it happen.
Personality, traits, experience, they're all important here.
But just because this is an arrangement of necessity doesn't mean you should reduce these heroes to a pile of numbers either. They deserve better than that.
Okay, so it looks like everybody has an average fertility, so why don't we take a look at these traits. Brainy, yeah, that's good. Kingmaker, increased chance of having sons. Increased XP gain. Flincher, faint-hearted. So he has the same traits as the regent. So why don't we say okay to that?
Many happy returns.
Let's give the newlyweds some privacy, eh?
Okay.
It's a lot to take in, but you'll handle it, or your mind will become as cracked as our body.
You'll be fine. Now then, please join us back at the capital so we can show you some of your other responsibilities.
Okay, back to the capital.
And welcome back.
Hello, Massive Chalice.
You are here, right? It's a little hard to tell if you're still in your mind's eye or whatever.
This is where your heroes return to after battle. From here, you may equip them with any skills or weapons they may have earned, as well as perform research.
Basically, we can devote some of our power to help the war effort and the nation. Whether it's building new keeps, starting a Sage Rights Guild, or a Standards Crucible. Fun stuff.
Okay. So why don't we start with heroes? Okay. Regency, Standards, Sage Rights. Oh, poor Roberto Shanks. Research.
Building more keeps is likely the most pressing option, as you'll be able to foster more bloodlines. But don't shun the other possibilities. With your approval, you can research weapons, potions, armor. If the amount of time required dissuades you from researching something, consider the Sage Rights Guild. Any hero who joins the Sage Rights will hasten the time required for any pursuit. You'll never see combat again.
Keep in mind, most of our power is focused on charging up to cleanse the cadence, so we can only devote enough energy to research one thing at a time. That includes searching for new heroes. It takes a lot of effort to find people attuned with us, and it'll only get harder the more we do it. But choose whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I think we'll go with the build a keep. It sounds like the most pressing. The only way to ensure that our most powerful bloodlines survive is through keeps. By marrying heroes together as regent and partner, the bloodlines have a chance to continue through generations to come. Confirmed. Oh. So some of these, like, outer rims have bonuses. Probably because they're the first to go from the cadence, so you have more of a chance of losing them. All alchemists intelligence boost. All hunters dexterity boost. Sure.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. The end of this war is not even a glimpse on our horizon yet, but your immortality gives us an advantage. The ability to step back and let time pass.
You can start and stop this timeline at will, but we'll also stop it for you should something require your attention.
Like a cadence attack.
That is a probable possibility.
Okay. So this is the timeline here, and we're waiting for either a cadence attack or keep construction. So we've got... So it looks like it's going to take 300 years for the chalice to fully charge. So we got to survive for 300 years. Let's see how we make it. Babies!
The horns of birth. A cause for celebration indeed.
Babies have been born before today.
And it was glorious every time, was it not?
What, unbearable shrieking and smells that are even worse? That's your idea of glorious.
Yes.
So it looks like the babies stay at the keep until they're 15, in which they are transferred to the capital for active duty. Perfect. Alright, so we got one trainee. Let's check in on them. I don't think we can do anything. Han Shanks. So, as you can see, that's not good. That is not good. Decreased dexterity, decreased max XP, increased XP gain. That's pretty good. So did he... He didn't gain any of those. Looks like he's just kind of a dummy. Oh well, can't win them all. Let's continue, shall we? I want to see what happens when this keep finishes. There she blows.
It always feels weird accomplishing something without having beaten it into submission.
Should have seen my books after I was done with them.
Alright. So we're gonna do the same thing we did with the other keep. We're gonna set up a Or regent. So, anybody have high fertility? No. So, again, we want to choose people with really strong traits. But then again, you don't want your army to be completely terrible traits, because then you won't win. You won't be able to... clumsy, no. Young at heart. Well, dim-witted, I don't know about that. That one's not bad. So, chance for babies super high. What does Daryl have to offer here? Dim-witted, strong-willed, slow learner, that's good. Cocky, reckless, pack hunter. What about this one? Nearsighted, impressionable, quick, pessimistic, attuned. Well, super high is probably best, right? And since he's a slow learner, he's not going to increase XP very fast. I could be making terrible decisions. So now, I think it would be a good idea to build a Sage Rights Guild to increase research. Build in an empty region where... oh, okay. So we probably want to keep our Sage Right to the very end. We are going to have to sacrifice some of these outer rims to actually succeed. So why don't we put it here? Alright. And that's like kind of the basic loop of gameplay in this game.
Before, you were making choices on the battlefield.
This is actually a good timing.
I'll be making choices on the battlefield of life. What?
Come on.
I will not apologize if I'm passionate about it.
You know when you guide the heroes in battle? Well, sometimes the people, your heroes included, will want your advice on matters they can't decide themselves.
They'll be putting their choices in your hands, and sometimes their lives.
And the decisions you make may affect the morale of the nation.
Unfortunately, we've learned that the cadence feeds off grief and malcontent. So if something tragic happens, corruption can spread very quickly.
But the opposite is true too.
We will trust your decisions, whatever they end up being.
Let's get some air. Abeste Revok comes to you with a proposition. I know things are kind of rough right now, with the regions getting taken over and all. I was wondering, there are a few places I go to when I want to feel better about what we're doing. Would you like to accompany me to one of them? It helps me every time, and you could follow with your mind's eye. I'll even let you choose the place. Go to the Wemberley Theatre and see a play. Walk over to the Royal Gardens and experience its beauty. Head to the Dirty Ostrich and have a drink with the people. I mean, I think the choice is obvious. Alright, special occasion. Upon setting foot inside the Ostrich, Abeste announces that the ruler will be joining everyone for tonight's merriment. Enormous cheers ensue, and the bartender pulls out a dusty bottle from a shelf hidden under the counter. An honor like that requires a drink to match it. Merch is number 9, the last ever brewed. Drinks are poured, and as you watch the citizens of your nation relax and enjoy themselves, you momentarily forget your rulerly obligations. Oof, I can't read. Feel as if you're truly one of the people. Abeste Revok has gained Merch's number 9 status. Cool. So occasionally you'll have events that sort of stop the timeline progression, and you get to choose. That one, I guess I chose wisely, because it didn't result in a negative, but sometimes there will be negatives based on your choices.
Finally, some action!
As you have no doubt surmised by now, it takes time for the cadence to create its pawns, so they're only able to attack every few years. Unfortunately, you cannot fight back multiple incursions at the same time. Our primary focus is charging up to destroy our enemy, and we can only allot enough of our energy to send out one group of heroes at a time.
Pawns don't last long outside of the cadence either. So even if you win one battle, it'll be too late to fight the other.
Choose wisely, and...
Blow the horns!
Alright, so I think I'll process the attack here, and then we'll end the first video. But as you can see, I have to make a choice, and as they said, you can only pick one. And obviously I should pick the one where I actually have a keep, because you get 3 shots to defend it, and once it's gotten 3 attacks, the cadence takes over, and you've lost that land forever. Now the key is to protect your chalice for 300 years. You don't necessarily have to have all your land at the very end, I think. So why don't we'll click here. And now we gotta go pick our dudes. The reason there's 2 empty slots.
That little tingling in the air before a fight? I know they do.
Here is where you can make any last-minute substitutions or preparations before you deploy your heroes to battle. Once you give the word, they'll jump in, and we'll handle the rest.
Make sure they close their mouths when they jump.
So, I had, as we all know, we saw in the last battle, I had 1 guy die, and 1 guy or girl was promoted to Regency or Partner. So, we'll fill these slots first. Well, actually, what do we have? We have a Hunter and 2 Alchemists. We need some tanks. Some Caber decks. Hawkeye and Personal Puny. Decreased Strength. That's great for a melee character. Well, that's our only one. So I guess we're kind of stuck with her. Okay. Soon you'll be able to choose, like, equipment and stuff, but we haven't researched that yet. 1 more. I say we go for a Hunter. We did buff our Hunter, so we have a lot to choose from. Brainy, Strong-Willed, Nimble, Cocky, lowered evasion when at max health. Decreased accuracy. Okay, that's not good for a Hunter. Quick Steady. Asthmatic. Pessimistic, Attuned. Decreased sight range. That's not helpful either. You are a ranged character. Impersonal, Infertile, Puny. Yeah, sure. And now we're gonna level these bad boys up. Hey, girls. Okay, so we don't have a choice. Follow up. Unlocked at level 2. Grants a quick hip-fire crossbow shot for 50% damage if the first shot hits. Of course, why wouldn't we? And Alchemist. Unlocked a quick flash throw that doesn't cost an action point. Perfect. Deploy.
Everybody here? All good? Okay, now hit them fast before they know what's happening.
So that was fast. So that's kind of the loop, the gameplay loop. There's a little more as it gets going from what I've been able to experience, but I don't know. I'm really digging Massive Chalice. It's awesome that we have another game in the XCOM / Fire Emblem like. We don't get them very often. Hell, we're not going to get a new Fire Emblem game for probably another year. Yeah, they did just announce one, but XCOM seems to be pretty quiet these days. So yeah, this is Massive Chalice, Episode 1, Prepping the Inn of Massive Chalice. Go subscribe to the podcast, gamersinpodcast.com. Subscribe on YouTube to my other videos, youtube.com/RyanMurphyCA. And I'm going to do more of these. I'm going to continue my travels to save the kingdom from the Cadence. And yeah, check this game out. It's really cool. Give it a shot. Double Fine did a really good job. That's Massive Chalice, early access on Steam, and totally worth the price of admission. We'll see you next time.